Thoughts for Thursday. Is cheapest always the best deal? Well, it can be, but you really got to look at what you're purchasing. Sometimes the lowest cost rate can be a great value, or it can be a discount, but the reality is many times the lowest cost plan might not ultimately be the lowest cost down the road, because there might be a lot of other factors that come into play. Things that you might not be paying attention to or noticing. With that in mind, let's look at our industry, specifically the voluntary benefit industry. Some plans out there can appear to be extremely inexpensive. Let's take an accident plan, for example. A normal accident plan might cost anywhere between $25 and $30 a month. For a small group plan, large group, it starts getting a lot less expensive, but I've seen some rates come in at $6 or $7 a month. Well, that looks amazing. It could be a great plan, but the reality is when you start pulling it apart and you look at what's covered, typically it's not going to cover near as much at a third of the rate. You figure there has to be a give somewhere. Now, granted, that $30 plan is probably a little too expensive, but there's probably something in between. So as a friend once told me before, a lot of times we might look at a middle of the road price, but price just isn't everything. You really have to dig into the details and figure out what's the true value of what you're purchasing. Is that low cost worth it? Is a higher cost worth the extra, worth those extra dollars, or is there somewhere good in between? So that's my thoughts for Thursday. What are your thoughts?